I know I've been on a Divorce Diaries rant for quite a while now, but I just want to take a break to just remind you about this podcast and how I record it. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast everywhere. Seriously. On Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Again, that's anchor.fm to get started, or download the Anchor app.
Welcome to the Divorce Diaries podcast. One man's anonymous and live account of if he should get a divorce or stay married. He's been cheated on, and he's cheated. Protecting the innocent with changed voice patterns, the omission of names, ages, and genders. His authentic journey and account of the daily events of his marriage are helping him sort out his feelings and not get lost in the ups or the downs. New episodes are released daily. Welcome to the Divorce Diaries podcast. Entire seasons are released on Patreon weeks before anywhere else at Divorce Diaries Podcast Patreon page. Link in description. Now for today's episode.
September 18th, 2020. Divorce Diaries. This one will likely be a quick one. Thanks so much. This is definitely therapy for me. Today, on the fourth day of my treat my wife like a 1-year-old experiment. It's going okay. I can honestly say there is not a lot of anything that is happening because, in fact, my wife is a 1-year-old, so there's not a lot of initiating of anything between us. It has to be with me, but it feels weird because it feels like a wounded animal that I'm trying to get to do things that it would do if it was a healthy animal. You know, when viewing her now as a 1-year-old, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of kaput. Like, I mean, we don't talk about anything because a 1-year-old can't really carry on a conversation, and I don't look to carry on conversations of any depth or substance with a 1-year-old. So it just kind of is what it is. Not a lot of communication today. We did talk about a few details, potentially getting a dog. It's a weird situation because while my kids are getting older, I don't want to deprive them of that experience. We did have one before. We no longer have one, and with the kids that are still remaining in the house, they don't have a dog. They don't have that experience, so it will be, I feel, unfair to deprive them of that. Even if we do divorce, it's like just the dog will just become one of the kids, and wherever the kids go, the dog will go. And that'll just be it. So I'll just take care of that dog under that guise with that mindset and that frame. That's what I'll do. So I'm going to try my best to be a good dad to the end. Or at least, as best I see I can be. So it was funny. I met them for my wife and kids for dinner. And it's funny because my wife, she runs over to the kids' apartment that moved out, that she's enabling, and she's, I don't know, bringing them coffee and bringing them stuff. I don't know what the hell she's doing, but she's shopping for this kid and bringing this kid stuff. And the kid that wanted to, bugger off and leave home because they can't listen to anything and they disrespect everyone that they live with. Now that this kid's gone, she's running things over to this kid, buying them crock pots and shit. Like, the kid's living in a 1-bedroom flat with 3 mates. It's just whatever. But here, tell it, I'm not enabling this kid. Nope, I'm not enabling. It's just not something I'm doing. Nope. I'm not enabling. You're just judging me and my parenting skills. So, okay, whatever. Anyway. was having a conversation with another kid that's having some friend problems. And I get the friend problems that they're having. They're trying to figure them out with the friend. And there was a comment because this kid's reading text messages between the kid and the friend. And they're just going back and forth, long text messages. And the friend says to my kid, I don't think that I understand your perspective where you feel that I'm the only friend you have, and I don't want you to think that. But if that's true and I am the only friend that you have, I feel like maybe you're only friends with me because I'm the only friend you have. That's what the friend says to my kid. And my wife's listening in on this conversation, and she's like, she just said that you couldn't be, you're not able to be her friend or something like that. She said, sorry, let me get my thoughts together. It's really late. I'm sorry. So this won't be the most coherent entry. She's like, oh yeah, she just said that, she's only friends with you. That's what she said. She's only friends with you because you don't have any other friends. Immediately my kid's like, that's not how I took that. And then I chimed in and I'm like, yeah, that's not how I took that either. My wife immediately says, oh, fine, sorry. I guess I'm the odd man out again. And she says, I'm just going to shut up then. I'm like, oh no, I don't think you need to shut up. I'm just saying, I'd love to hear your ideas. Shit, I fucked up. That's not me treating her like a fucking 1-year-old. Stupid. Okay, we'll come back to that. I knew I fucked up somewhere. Just hadn't thought about it till just now. So anyway, she's like, well, it's like I'm the odd man out. Like, you guys think that you guys didn't agree with what I said. So it's like, okay, fine. Then I just won't say anything else. That's what she says. I'm like, no, you don't have to do that. You can still say other things. I would love to hear your perspective because whatever we're saying, at least me, I don't want to speak for our kid, but what I'm thinking is I would love to hear what you have to say because maybe there's something I can learn, just swapping ideas. And maybe if you do feel that you're off base, maybe we can engage in a conversation and we can sort of get it sorted and we can both learn from each other a little bit. And she's like, no, that's okay. I'm just not going to say anything. And I'm like, yeah, fuck, that's where I fucked up. Because she's a 1-year-old. Remember the fucking experiment. If a 1-year-old says that, oh, I said something wrong, the 1-year-old will cry. And what will you do with the 1-year-old? You'll pick the 1-year-old up off the floor, say, oh, wait, don't cry. It's not that bad. No. You'll placate to the 1-year-old. The 1-year-old doesn't understand. The 1-year-old won't be this way forever. So you'll pat the 1-year-old up. You'll redirect the 1-year-old's attention. You'll put on Teletubbies or whatever the fuck you can put on because it's a fucking 1-year-old. And they don't understand problem processing, getting through it. They don't get it. And I fucking slipped up at the end of the night, and that's why she closed her iPad, got her phone, and stormed up the stairs and went to bed and didn't say goodbye, didn't hug and kiss anyone, nothing. Acted like what? A fucking 1-year-old because I forgot to make sure I continue to treat her like a 1-year-old. I should have just redirected. I shouldn't have said a word when she said, oh, well, I guess I'm off. I should have just ignored her like a fucking 1-year-old. I should have just not paid her any attention and let her continue to play with her toy. Let her just continue to play the games on her iPad. And then she would have just sat there and she would have continued to listen to the conversation until she heard something else she didn't agree with. And then she would have gotten up and left. But no one would have paid any attention to her. And she's going to wake up in the morning and just forget that she was such a fucking bitch last night. And just, that'll be that. And it's just the weirdest, craziest, most fucked up thing that she is so immature emotionally, my wife. And she still storms off and it's not going to stop. And I just need to continue to condition myself. Oh my gosh. shit, I guess this may go a little bit longer because I was being, shit, this is a big thing and I gotta put this in the diary. My wife was trying to gaslight me very early this morning. Just trying to gaslight me. And I asked one of my kids, because I didn't bring the kid into the thing. I mean, I kind of did. I mean, full accountability. I did bring the kid into the argument, quote unquote, that my wife was trying to start with me. But the only reason I brought the kid into it was because the kid was in a group Google Hangout where mom was asking and saying things. So I don't have my phone, otherwise I'd read it. You know what? Let me grab my phone. Hang on. All right. Sorry, I'm back. So here's the gaslighting text. So first off, remember my schedule. I'm the one that gets up at about 5 a.m. I do a routine. I hit the gym. I come back. I get cleaned up, make myself breakfast, get up kids, get them off. Right now we're in COVID, so get them off to school, which is really the living room where their computers are and things like that. Get them breakfast, and that takes me from about 5 to 9 a.m. It's what it does. Sometimes I get up closer to 6, so it takes me 6 to about 9 a.m. to do all that. So at 6:48, when this text starts, 6:48 a.m. Good morning, everyone. It's from my wife. I received an email, blah, 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 something that we're trying to work on doing with the kids. Can't tell you what it is because that might give away a few things. I have to make an errand after work. She's asking my daughters, do they want to go with her to run the errands? But that's at 6:48 a.m. this morning. They are in bed. They are not on Google Hangouts. They are not looking at that. But at 8:11, one kid gets up because they're going to, because that's when school starts for that one at 8:30. And she starts conversing with her. And yeah, I want to come. At 8:11, my wife says, let's wait for me, to chime in to make sure we're all on the same page. Okay, cool, okay. So at 8:12, and I'm still in the gym. I'm still trying to come home. I'm still trying to make eggs. She said I'll be home around 3. At 8:48, like I said, one kid's school starts at 8:30. The other kid's school starts at 8:45. So at 8:48, my wife comes back into the Hangouts and says, so what do your days look like today? And it's me and 2 kids there in this Hangout. So what do your days look like today? At 8:48. She doesn't get a response because they're in school and I'm doing stuff. And I see these things. But like I said, she's a 1-year-old, and I fucked up earlier. I should have placated to the 1-year-old, and I should have said, oh, sorry, can't respond right now, but I will when I have a moment. That's what I should have said, but I fucked up. At 9:27, hello, ? Child, right? At 9:28, 1 minute later, is anyone there? ? At 9:28. At 9:52, one of my kids says, we're at school, Mom. At 9:52, she replies, oh, okay. And then the kid responds, since we have school. And she says at 9:52, sorry, I was expecting Dad to have responded. Okay. So then finally at 10:12, I respond because I am fuming because I'm like, you know what the fuck we're doing. This is a Friday. It's a Friday. They're in school early in the morning. Why are you fucking with us? I've been going to the gym for almost 2 hours, about an hour and a half each morning for years now. Why are you wondering at 6:48 in the morning what our days look like, and you're looking for responses? They are sleeping. They get up around 8, usually late, around 8, so they can get ready to start their COVID school day. Their bullshit COVID school day, but you're pestering everyone for all of this fucking time, and you're just mad because you're at work, and you've got time on your hands, and I want to talk to people. I want to talk to you guys. What are you guys doing? Look at your fucking clock. Use your fucking brain. People are doing things. The world does not revolve around you, but the world does revolve around a 1-year-old. They are the only person that they know. So finally at 10:12, I say, because between that 9:52 text and the 10:12 text, I talked to one of my kids and I'm like, so with that last one, sorry, I was expecting Dad to have responded. I say to the kid, clearly you saw it. The only reason I'm talking to you is because you saw it. Obviously, I'm being gaslit. Obviously, all of those Google Hangouts were sent to me, and it was meant for me to respond. It was not meant for you. It was meant for me. What should I do? Because I want to say, oh, I'm at the gym. I'm driving home. I'm getting the kids ready. I'm getting myself cleaned up because I smell horrible since I left the gym. I'm trying to get my post-workout meal in. I'm trying to scurry off and take a shower. Oh, I think I said that already. I'm trying to make sure you're settled and you're at your computer and you're obediently listening to your teacher while they're trying to teach you this nonsense during COVID. And then I'm going to give you a kiss on the forehead, and I'm going to kiss the other one, and then I'm going to kiss the other one, and then I'm going to leave so you guys can have your school. And then I'm going to try to speed to work and make up time that I lost because I inevitably miss time all the time, so I can get to work, and then I can slave away there, where after where I get unblocked from my whatever the hell it is, like 20 emails that are sitting there waiting for me, and priorities and early morning meetings that I have to attend. And then maybe around 11:30, 12, I have a little bit of time to reprieve, and then I can finally answer these bullshit fucking Google Hangouts. But at 10:12, before I leave the house, because I stayed longer because I was talking to the kid, getting some very good advice. And the kid's like, look, I'm like, I could say all that. The kid's like, don't say all that, but I don't know what you should do because, yes, she's clearly trying to gaslight you. She's clearly trying to get you to fly off the handle toward her. She's trying to do it. And I say, on the school part, I think we still should follow whatever official process, blah, blah, blah. Or we can do this or we can do that. And I just engaged with that first question that I should have answered about the school or whatever that topic was at the very beginning. So I just stayed with that and talked about that. And that's all I could do. And that was the advice that I got from my kid. My kid's like, you're not crazy. And kid looks at me and it's like, how often does this happen? I'm like, every single conversation. And I was like, I'm really sorry about this because you guys usually wonder, you're like, why are you so upset? Dad, you seem like something's bothering you. Dad, it seems like something's on your mind. Dad, it seems like this. Dad, it seems like that. And it's like, because this happens to me every day. Now, in the past, I haven't been wise enough to, not let myself be gaslit. But why the fuck am I spending so much time trying to not let this bitch fucking make me go crazy? Because I've done improv before, and one of the tenets in improv is the thing that makes improv so funny. It's like, or gives improv the potential to be so funny, is because you can either be a normal person in a strange world, which means the improvisers need to do both of those things. You need to construct this world that is very strange with normal people in it. Or a world that has very strange people in a normal world. For example, if there are astronauts that operate a pizza parlor, I don't know, that's just really weird. Okay, so there are astronauts operating a pizza parlor. The last thing you expect to see when you walk into a pizza parlor is astronauts in full astronaut gear, like, hello, one small step for man, one for pepperoni. And they just fucking goofy ass fucking astronauts running a pizza parlor. And in the improvised scene, there's someone that just walks in there, but instead of just walking up to the counter with confidence, like they're going up to any other counter at a pizza parlor, they're like, you guys are those NASA uniforms? And the astronauts was like, yeah, so? And immediately, boom, you see the dynamic. The astronauts are looking at you like, of course they're NASA uniforms. We're the pizza parlor at NASA. But wait a minute, I didn't expect astronauts to actually be making pizza. I mean, you're wearing your gloves, for God's sakes. That's why the dough is sticking to your hands. And they're like, well, how else are we supposed to spend? If we take these gloves off, we'll die. It's like, oh my gosh, you guys, you know you're still on Earth, right? And no, we're not. You see what I'm saying? That's improvising. And it's like my wife, I used to think that I must be the strange person in a normal world because I really thought my wife was a very smart person. She was very intelligent. She would never intentionally do these things that are so stupid or toxic for her, me, our relationship, our kids. She would never do that. So if she thinks that this is the right thing to do, obviously I am the strange person in the normal world. I am the one with the fucked up perspective. But over time and over the years, I learned, no, that is not the case. I am not the crazy one. She is batshit crazy, off her rocker, and emotionally unstable. And you know what? That's fine. I'm never going to try to take the emotional instability from my wife or any other woman. I'll never do that. It's like, okay, you're free to be you. Go and get all your empowerment and all your sanity, whatever the hell you need to get. Go ahead, get that. That's fine. You feel that you need to storm off. You feel that as a middle-aged person, you should storm upstairs and slam doors. Okay. I don't know if you feel your vagina entitles you to that sort of behavior, but that's fine. You're free to do it. I don't have to be a part of it. I do not have to be a part of it. And that's what I don't want to do and I can't do anymore. And it's weird just watching my kid and my wife, she doesn't really realize that she's like, oh, well, I'll behave this way in front of the kids because she really does feel like the way that she acts and behaves is okay. She just really feels that it's okay that I behave and act this way. That's why I do it in front of you. I do it while we're out. I do it while we're with the kids. I do it while I'm alone. I'll do it in chat. I'll do it in email. I'll do it in voicemails. I'll do it. It's like, oh, you are fucking crazy. Gotcha. Done. You're fucking crazy. Okay. Crazy people need more resources than I can provide. If you're actually crazy, which I believe that you might be, there's therapy, help that you need to get for yourself. There's classes you could join. There's medicine you could take. I'm not a doctor. I do not prescribe. I'm not a therapist. I cannot conduct those sessions with you. You'd likely talk about me during those. That would be inappropriate, I guess. So yeah, whatever help you need to get, I just hope you get it. And that's that. But I don't have to be a part of that. I don't have to be a part of it. And you being a woman that just is unhinged, you're just not calm, you're just unhinged, then that's fine. I don't have to deal with this. So I definitely still want a divorce because continuing to go day by day and just saying like, oh shit, you're definitely fucking being gaslit. Like, you are being gaslit. It's undeniable. That's what's happening to you. Like, yeesh. Done and done. So, yeah, I still want a divorce. And I think that maybe in one of these recordings, I may have said once that I'm not sure, but I believe in 98% of these recordings, I've said unequivocally at the end, hell yeah, I want a fucking divorce.
Wow! That was the Divorce Diaries podcast. The daily saga will continue tomorrow. The full season's episodes are on Patreon now. Subscribe for early access. Click the Patreon link in the description. Hopefully, these entries help our anonymous recorder as a form of his own personal therapy. That's his hope and his intention. Will these recordings of life's curveballs lead this family to the best resolution in the end? We'll keep listening. New episodes are released daily on all podcast players, but all episodes are available on Patreon at Divorce Diaries Podcast Patreon page. Until next time.